And we're back, and we got Sherry Myers, Shooting with Sherry. Now, a little background I'm going to give our viewers a little background. I met Sherry at the Volusia Gun and Hunt Club. I think it's now called the Volusia Gun Club. And I think we were shooting Steel Challenge together.
That's right.
There. You are an NRA certified firearms instructor?
NRA and USCCA.
And USCCA as well. I have to ask you, let's just go way back in the history of Sherry Myers. How did you get interested in guns? What's the story?
Wow. So my interest in firearms began a long time ago. Actually, when I was 4 years old is the first time that I fired my first shot.
That's pretty young.
Yes.
Cool.
I came from very much of a firearms family. So we went out regularly and we shot and target practice and kind of prepped for hunting. It began so early that I don't even really remember guns not being a part of my life.
Wow. So you literally grew up with it.
Yes.
Yeah. The the interesting thing about you is you're a firearms instructor and you're female. We see a lot more guy instructors than we do ladies. Yes. What's your perspective on the firearms industry from a woman's point of view as far as people getting involved, seeing more interest from the ladies? What have you seen?
So yes, just women in general getting into firearms, that is an increasing demographic that we're seeing. As far as women teaching firearms, that is also increasing, and thank goodness, because as we have more women wanting to train, a lot of times women are wanting to connect with female firearms instructors because we teach different. Our approach is typically a bit softer, so it opens the door for a lot more interest, and it encourages confidence in the firearm itself.
Right. So I mean, this could be quite intimidating to people. Obviously,
right.
we know that. What would you say to our viewers out there who are watching and they're curious about guns but not knowing what the next step would be?
Okay, so I would just say, do some research, find a reputable firearms instructor, and then just jump in. Ask them questions even before you arrive. See what the day is going to bring, and just go for it.
So when someone calls you and says, "Hey, I found you online. I want to take a class. I've never shot before. What can I expect?" What's your answer?
Well, I always tell people, hey, look, I love a brand new shooter. I'm going to teach you the safety. I'm going to teach you the application of the gun safety, and I'm going to walk you through every single thing. It's not a test. I don't expect you to know anything. We can't be expected to know something that we've never been taught before. And I'm more of a mentor. I'm not a drill sergeant. I'm going to walk them through this gently, and then at the end of it, my goal is to have them excited about it and to feel like, hey, yeah, I can do this, and this is fun.
Yeah, and it is so fun.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I hear people saying is, I had no clue that I was going to have so much fun and feel so empowered.
Yes.
Do you see that as well?
Oh my goodness, all the time. In fact, just a few days ago, I had a group of ladies come out. And one of the ladies, she was like, I just want to wait to be last. I want to wait to be last. And I said, girl, I know that by the end of this, you're going to be the one who's going to enjoy this the most. And sure enough, by the end of it, she's like, can I shoot this gun? And can I shoot that gun? I was like, I told you.
That had to be like super rewarding from the instructor's point of view. So you obviously did a good job.
Yeah.
So we got some clips lined up of you doing some cool stuff with your students and maybe even competing.
Yeah.
We're going to roll a clip or two and see what we have.
Great.
Our viewers, when you see us looking to the side, we've got a little monitor so we can see what you guys are seeing. So we'll roll the clip and maybe you can do a little narration for us on that.
Over
but,
here.
here
Of
we
course.
go. What are we seeing here?
Okay, so this was from a group of ladies that had come out. Most of them had never fired a shot before. And so I'm just giving them the fundamentals and I'm walking them through everything. So if they forget anything, if they're having any difficulty with hitting their mark, if they're afraid, I'm just going to give them encouragement. And they all had a blast.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding, I know, and I've done a little instruction myself. I'm a certified instructor, but I spend most of my time in front of the camera or shooting guns at the range or doing cool stuff for Big Daddy Unlimited. But I do understand and get that. And you're also a competitor because we met at Steel Challenge, which is a cool sport. I think we'll do a whole show on that sometime.
Yes,
but
definitely.
we met at a Steel Challenge match, and we may have a video clip. Let's see what we got maybe lined up for Shooting with Sherry shooting competition. What are you looking at here?
So this
Stand by.
I think this was a couple years ago. I was doing a USPSA match. I haven't done a ton of them, but always a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Pun intended. But lots of fun, challenging because you're applying your skills.
Yeah.
You know, it's timed and they're looking at accuracy as well.
I love USPSA as well because I get that little adrenaline rush, that little running gun. As I, you know, I know you like Steel Challenge. I love shooting Steel Challenge as well. Great sports. We'll tell you guys more about those sports, but I want to tell people where they can find you online.
Just go to www.shootingwithsherry.com. And yeah, you can connect with me on Facebook and then also Instagram, just Shooting with Sherry.
Awesome. And where are you primarily based out of?
Volusia County Gun and Hunt Club in New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
And that's a great club. If you guys are in Central Florida, right?
Yes.
If you're looking for a place to shoot, you're in Central Florida. Just a fantastic club. You can find them online.
Absolutely.
Volusia County Gun and Hunt Club. I think they're called Volusia County Gun Club now. They might have dropped the hunting portion off. So as an instructor, as a fellow instructor, you know that gun safety is very important. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to talk about gun safety. We're going to roll the 4 cardinal rules of gun safety. Here we go. All right, rule number 1, treat all guns as if they're loaded at all times. Very important, common sense. Rule number 2, never point your gun at anything you're not willing to shoot or destroy. That's common sense as well. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Common sense, guys. Your trigger finger is your best safety. And number 4 is always know your target, what's around, in front of, beside, and behind that target. Very, very important, guys. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about our featured product of the day, the Kalashnikov USA KR9. We'll be back with more right after this.